Hello. What a fun internet we have. You know, the Buzz Aldrin is sorry, the Buzz Aldrin. The Buzz from okay, just kidding. Yeah, I'm just tempted very much by different channels to click on them and watch their videos. That's how my day passes quite often, you know. I would just wanna watch the best of season 5 of The Simpsons, obviously, because it's promoted by YouTube for me, and I wanna watch this stuff about Fallout Forum. And this chick playing some techno music, that might also be interesting. Let's see. Yeah, looks sweet. 1 million views for this thing. Nice. So her live streams are a bit more popular than mine. You know, I get 300 viewers, she gets 1.1 million. Nice. Although, you know, I think she looks a bit sexier than I do, unfortunately. Or maybe not. Maybe I should just wear one of those bras, you know? That might be actually a good idea. So how are you guys today? Let me just run this thing, make sure that everything works correctly, because sometimes I realize after a while, and no one tells me even, that there's something broken, so I just keep on checking stuff. And I can see that my mic seems to be working. And yeah, that's how it is. So let's just have a should we do that? Okay, I probably shouldn't play Kylie Minogue here. Yeah, I feel like I dropped some short yesterday, and it was actually, for my shorts, it was actually pretty popular. 246 views, nice. Yeah, so that's, but that's not really something to talk too much about, yes. Oh, I'm actually covering, and let's not watch the chick playing turntables. There was a guy who invited me. I'm thinking about inviting him actually for a live stream. Wonder if he would be interested. Let's see if he's on the internet, on YouTube's. It's a guy who's supposed to build like a team. Oh, he has a channel and less subscribers than me, so I could invite him. Social shift and strategy. Xcloud, Sklep, e-commerce. Join solo. Okay, how to scale up e-commerce shop while working alone. That's the video title. Yeah. Yeah, I should invite him. Looks cool. Yeah, but he's in Polish. Okay, later. Yeah. So how are you guys? Let me just throw a poll into the chat, and also one more thing I keep on forgetting is to add Discord to the chat as well. So let's try that. Okay. Hey, have fixed the conflicts. Nice. Congratulations, my friend. I'll check it later. And then, yeah, let's just copy the link here. Let's see. I will actually check quickly as well how many people have filled up the form, because that's kind of interesting. How many people are interesting? Forms, Google forms, code and hassle. Oh, response 6, as many as yesterday. So nothing new. I think we'll try to make something out of it. We'll see how this is possible, you know, how it's doable. If it is doable. Obviously, people are busy. Some of the guys would filled up the form and they said, yeah, I can work 1 to 3 hours. I don't know if this is enough, unfortunately. I think most of the people I work with, they work on projects 5, 10 hours, 15 hours per week at least. So that might be harder actually to get with smaller amount of hours, you know. It's harder to finish a project when, like, you know, in average people in companies work 40 hours. So if you work 4 hours, let's say, on a project a week, you are actually 10 times less efficient. And maybe you are one of the 10x developers, or someone is 10x developer with AI. So he creates in 4 hours, 40 hours worth of thing. But then everyone in corporations who is using AI now, he also can be 10 times. So they're creating, 400 hours. So they're still 10 times ahead. So I think yeah, we'll see. So basically, this is fun. We have a community. I think also the useful thing here is that people can actually ask about their things that they're building, or just maybe find someone to test it. Make a live. Yeah, I'm one of 10x devs. Good. 10x more bugs. Yeah, that's what I see with AI now. 10x more bugs. I mean, okay, maybe I don't really see so many more bugs, but the code I'm producing, I hate it 10x more than I used to sometimes, because sometimes even if you write the code, you just realize later, this is not what I like. I think I wish I did it differently back then, then you realize, and sometimes you did something a couple of times already, and then you realize, and then you make it differently, and you realize, I should have done it before. So we obviously change our minds and stuff. That's normal. We are humans. Our emotions change and our knowledge changes. But yeah, when I look at this is ugly. Look, this is state, use state. More use state, more use state, more use state, more some use ref, some memorization. Yeah, a lot of. Boy, what a crappy code. What a ugly ass code. You get this. This should be 4 objects and stuff and divide it into components. But I gave it away to AI. I trusted AI to do it, and it did it the best it could. And the best so far that those agents can do is this ugly ass code, which I absolutely, when I look at it, I don't really like it. I think it's a bad solution. But now for me to refactor it, I would either have to do it by hand. And whenever I was giving my AI agents a task to refactor, and I would say, okay, do this, do that, do it the way I want. Okay, so just extract everything. So for example, in products table, yeah, I asked my AI, I gave it some instructions how to refactor it, move away function, different things to different use states. So use product. So it actually moved everything into this one custom hook. Oh no, fetch pro. Okay, that's function within. So it's just can you extract those things to custom hooks? And then it just creates the one big custom hook. So I don't know. It's the improvement. No, I would have to then instruct it. No, dude. Just divide it into this. Name this custom hook with that and that. This custom hook should be for reloading, and this one for products. And the other one is for fetching things, and the other one is for updating things. And then I could as well just do it myself. There's another one. There is this is some method. Yeah. That is. So is this better when I asked it to refactor it? No, it's still awful. Then we have still plenty of states, the variables. Is this only to manage dialogue? Yeah, this is funny. Maybe, this obviously should be, but I trusted my AI to write it. I gave it away to it. And so I shouldn't be surprised that I don't really love the output that I'm getting here. Yeah, when I look at it, I think I'm getting more convinced that maybe AI coding is not really that good. Or maybe it's good for small chunks, because there are parts of my applications that I didn't really look into enough, that much. And the more I look at this, the more I'm worried about the other stuff. So I look at let me just yeah. So Yeah, so this stuff, when I look at this components, when I look at this code, this is obviously AI written, but then it was refactored by AI as well. So I asked my AI to refactor it. And, you know, to move everything that is, like, to move some hooks to custom hooks, you know? And normally I would actually make them as small as possible. And it just made one huge hook here and exported everything. So is this improvement? No. So I could as well just have it in this component. Use column management. Okay, so this is another hook, a huge one. Yeah, huge one. Quite a lot of stuff hard coded. And just this is a lot, you know? So yeah, and then we've got this, which is a lot of state just to manage dialogue. So obviously the dialogue should be extracted to the different stuff, but I didn't tell exclusively to my wherever grok was I was using, or maybe I think I probably used one of the cloud ones. I didn't exclusively said it. Okay, make sure to, you know, don't do too much state in one component or something like that. I mean, I can't even think of prompt that would achieve that effect. So where you'd have minimal amount of state like that, just maybe one or two state variables, and that's it. And then if it's getting too many, you divide it into different components. But like, yeah, just because like my mistake here is I just trusted AI. I just left it to build it. I just gave it away instead of controlling it closer. And now when I look at this thing, which is a component that was built by AI, and then I asked it to refactor it as a bit, you know, but I didn't come in very hard on it. I wasn't really looking at every function. Okay, what is this doing? But because then I just assume that if I have to look at every function or every use state or something, then I could just as well just write it myself, because this is easy. Writing this stuff is not that hard, you know. So I don't really see like where I start. The more I look at my AI code, the less benefit I see in using it, in using those AI agents to produce that code. I think like, yeah, that's unfortunate, because I just thought, oh, I have a quick app. I just built it in a short time. And for a small app that I will try to constrain it to, I will try not to expand this app much more. So my main Planero app was built in like 3 months, and probably it's gonna stay that way as it is. Maybe I will add a couple of small features, but it will stay very niche, very small. And maybe for those niche apps, it's actually good. You know, this VibeCoding style is good. But I can imagine this to be when I try to build it bigger, when I try to expand it, I can imagine this to really fail me. And I will obviously hate what it's doing. I will have to like really closely look at, you know, even at what I'm prompting. I will have to go very close and just, you know, tell it what to do exactly. Subscribe, guys. Yes, this number can go up today. Today we can have even 1150. I mean, I could have. That's my number of you guys. So yeah, that's my conclusion. Unfortunate conclusion on AI coding. And I think I'm getting to the stage where after like one proper project with AI, where it was, you know, most of it was built by AI, I start thinking like maybe next project shouldn't be that way. Maybe I should be very careful about what I'm giving to my agents, and look closely. If I'm giving it to agents to write something, I should be looking very closely how it's done. Or my next application will be maybe very tightly very loosely coupled. So I might use something like module federation, where, you know, I can actually make a one app here, and this could be messed up, you know, but it's gonna only do one thing, and then another app somewhere here, and maybe this one is much more important, so I'll write it more properly. I don't know. I will have to figure it out, because it will be a problem in the future, I'm sure. Yeah, some question from, have you ever experienced AI in inventing bugs that doesn't exist? And sorry, okay, let's just read it again. Have you ever experienced AI inventing bugs that doesn't exist? And when you spend a couple of hours, you realize that's not real. I didn't have that experience actually. Can you expand how you actually found this like how this happened to you? I mean, yeah, I've seen yeah, I'm not that judgmental to my AI's bugs, to be honest. I think I'm much more judgmental towards the code, unfortunately, maybe. So I don't really have that experience actually. You know, I usually look at my app and like, oh, this is still broken. I have to fix that. And I think the biggest problems I have with AI is actually structure of my application, like architecture. That, for example, I'm using I have 4 tables that look exactly the same. And I have 4 different components that just do almost the same. So it's obviously a horrible architecture, you know, and I should, you know, maybe I should go through it again and just instruct my AI or just maybe do it myself. But it sounds like a big refactor with lots of potential errors. So maybe in this case, the styling is not really really justifying me spending this much time on it. But so Python manage Python. Okay, where are we? CD backend, yes, and Python manage run server CD web pnpm dev. Yeah, good. Yeah, let's run it. What a lovely page this, isn't it? Good. Oh, and it didn't load the plans again. Oh, backend is not on. That's fine. This can happen. Oops. What's with my VS Code? Where are you, VS Code? Come on, wake up. VS Code, go back. Show yourself. I don't know. I feel like it just disappeared. Come on, go back, come back to me. How can you make things work? So like the more I work with AI, the more tempted I am to go back to like some basic editor and just like just do it myself, write it myself the way I like it. So yeah, if you can expand with Dutch work. I think you were telling me how to pronounce it correctly, and I forgot already. Backend. No, what's the no? Python manage by run server cd web cd cd. For some reason it has to like run it twice. Yeah. CD. Oh, come on. Why don't you like react? I think there is a bug in my VS Code. Oh yeah. Okay, and I died for a second. Web pnpm dev. Yeah, let's go. Oh, now we have some packages. Good. That's a beautiful page, isn't it? I'm still gonna improve it. I think like I had a good thought about this section because it's kind of just image. It's a boring image. I think I should make it more interactive and maybe show some pictures here before Planero. Maybe instead of just icons, stupid icons. Yeah, there should be some pictures. This would make more sense. Otherwise, it's like this looks actually those icons look very amateurish, very AI. I should probably do something about that. Yeah, thanks guys for coming. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's a nice group of people today, and the Discord, which is a very important part of my work, I think, of what I'm doing now, is join the Discord. Yes, we can maybe talk, vibe together, VibeCode together if you are actually for it, or you could just fill up the form and we might be able to work together on a project or two. That's obviously something to explore. I mean, obviously, I'm thinking about myself as a project manager of that kind of project rather than a like a programmer itself. You know, I could be doing a bit of that, but not too much. Unfortunately, I can't spare much more time on those things. Yeah, it seems like my product page, my pricing page. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, my pricing page is now entry to the app. I will point my domain to it. Can we have it to handle SEO like the proper website? I don't know. Okay, handle SEO better. Yeah, that's the thing, obviously. Usually AI can, I mean, you know, in a React project, you could install this package called Helmet, React Helmet, that does those tags, you know, it just creates those header tags and stuff. Or you can just implement something in index HTML, which is easier, which is why like AI will do that. AI will do the easiest thing and not the more and obviously I didn't ask it to make sure that it includes languages. Yeah, so it obviously will not do anything about the languages. So I'll ask him now. Oh yeah, Helmet, good. Oh, but not npm. Come on, you know that I'm using npm in this project, don't you? Didn't you realize that yet? cd web. Okay, but now it's installing with npm. What an idiot. So I'll have to reinstall it again. My AI is stupid. He's dumb. No, but it's obviously it takes a while to actually understand some of those concepts, you know. So then, like, you have to. The more you see of, the more you work on projects, the more you see, like, yeah, oh, I can see that this is. I can already see that this is. Yeah. So he's not gonna do languages. But I do have 2 languages in my app, so it should, or will it? Okay, let's see. Maybe I'm wrong actually. Maybe my AI will do that as well. Although it's installing it with npm, which is stupid. Maybe I should add. Oh yeah, I should add to my like the project detail. How is it called even? Like the, you know, you instruct your AI to work in specific way. I always forget that. It's called project rules, yes. Somewhere. Too many of those MD files. I think some of them will have to go to the bin. Yeah, allow. Yep. That's not translated. Obviously, I expected that. Yeah. Add to my project rules to run all script with pnpm, not with npm, if possible. Also, did you implement? Also, you didn't implement SEO in my what? In my what? What was it? In my not SEO, implement language translations with my SEO. Yeah. Fix that, my friend. Ooh, this is big. This is getting big. I will obviously subscription view. Okay, that's something I should have actually committed that stuff yesterday. Yeah. Hi, Mohammed. How are you today? Hi, how are you today? Is the weather good where you are? Because it's actually very beautiful out there where I am. It's nice and sunny. I can show you actually. Let me show you my neighbor. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna show you my. Oh, I would have to switch that thing. Yes. Let's just switch camera for a moment. Properties, and here we're gonna use just Bison. Yes. Is it gonna work? Shit. Maybe deactivate and activate. Oh, yes, we have it. This is how it's outside. This is my neighbors. This is my neighbor's house. Very nice people. This is my old Subaru, which is quite useful. It's 4x4, and it never breaks. I mean, I have never problems with it. It's not like the brakes are not working. It's working. Everything is working there. Yeah. So in my Subaru, my garden. Yeah. So that's how it is here. How is where you are, Mohammed? How is your beautiful country, my friend? Let me just switch to my NVIDIA. Good. So, yeah, it's a nice and peaceful neighborhood. I'm very happy to live there. Although it's a very expensive place, so I'm kind of wondering sometimes, should I really stay here? Or because like living in an expensive place, it's always a risk, you know. You just have to keep on making lots of money to do that. And if you spend a lot of money, you have to make a lot of money. That's unfortunate. So you have to work for some corporations sometimes, or make sure that, you know, you have enough of your own businesses to actually support you. And it's not always easy. Like in my case now, it's bit more complicated than I would like to. So hello, Yashwantemedu. I hope. Yeah, hello. I hope I read it. I read it badly, obviously. So I hope I didn't really say Yashwant Mendu. Okay, Yashwant Mendu. I'll try to remember that. Make sure to subscribe. It's probably somewhere below. I really appreciate people subscribing. Well, let's say that way. And we have like 12 people. I should do a poll actually. I should actually allow to have a poll. Planer zadań, łańcucha dostaw. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Sounds correct now. So it fixed when I prompted it, when I obviously asked it to fix it, it did okay job, you know. And obviously some of those implementations are always like you have to be careful. You know, it would be good to look closer, which I don't always do, unfortunately. What I wanted to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to do a survey, like a post, like a poll actually, which is also. Hi, have you ever tried game dev? No, actually, that's a thing. I actually have a good idea for a game. So are you good at games? Are you like a game dev? Mikcho, I don't know. I hope I'm reading it right. Mikcho, are you a game dev? Can I invite you for a live stream and I would give you my idea for a game? And you could judge it, like if you're a game dev, you could tell me if it's a good idea, or maybe if it's already there. I think I have a really good idea, actually. I think this is a brilliant idea. For a simple game, that would be, I think it might be actually, you know, I might catch or might not, you know, that's one of those. Are you a game dev? Because I'm looking for a game dev to speak about my game idea, and like he could tell me if it's a shitty idea or not. I think it's a very simple idea, something very might be actually very very entertaining, but very easy to copy. But I don't like it's actually there, or maybe it is. I don't know. I just don't like. I didn't play games for a while. You know, I used to play a lot, and then I stopped. So yeah, if any of you is a game dev, I would love to invite you for a chat, and you could give me idea. You could judge my idea of my game. Maybe then I would start working on it. If you said, yeah, this is a brilliant idea. This is great. This is the best idea since you know Counter-Strike. Start a poll. Yeah. Let's do this. And so yeah, what usually slows you down when coding? Oh, I think I asked that question before. Beginner. Okay, that's probably better. Oh, that's actually, I never asked that question. I have a list here because I had a long chat with my ChatGPT about stuff, and then I asked, what should we actually, what do you think about having polls and stuff? Yeah, start a poll. That's an interesting, then we can have a discussion on that. Yeah, so go to channel. Do you have a channel? Okay. Oh, you have a Robert Kubica. Are you Polish? Gosling. Have you redeemed the 1 month free promo from the Codex app? No, I haven't. Do I supposed to? I don't even know Codex app, to be honest. I think like this is just like another Codex. I think like I'm fine with paying $10 per month for Copilot, and I can work with it. I think it's enough for me, you know. I'm not one of those that is really like working on 20 agents at the same time, because I don't really see the value. The agents, they're actually solving one problem that is not the biggest problem in IT. They're solving how to build, and they're not really solving problem what to build, which is a bigger problem, and people usually have much more problems with that. Oh, tak, yes, you are. Yeah, so, okay, wouldn't really call myself a game dev. Did a few prototypes only. I'm mainly doing a web dev, but I'd like to transform into in the future. Okay, so can you judge my idea? I'm guessing Michał, yes, you are. Can you judge my idea? Can I invite you to my live stream, and I will just give you my idea of my game. Oh, subscribe, guys. Yeah, thanks. Someone did just now. Thank you for subscribing, and vote in the thing that is actually in the chat, at the top of the chat somewhere. Yeah, you could judge my idea. That's what I have. Like, and I can invite you for live for a couple of minutes. We'll just talk, and you'll tell me like what do you think about it, and maybe others can actually on the chat, they could actually. Yeah, okay. Talks feed, like I'm not really that interested in having many more agents, or like I'm okay with my Copilot being kind of limited. I don't really need Codex. I like when I used. Oh, so the Codex, you mean 5.4? Is it the? Which one is it? It's a Claude, yes. 4.5. Cool. Okay, so like Michał, yes. Can I invite you here? Understood. Also agree with you. Yeah. So like, I'm not one of those that will be chasing the latest AI agent, because I think of those as a tools, So it's just another tool. And if I spend too many hours thinking about tools, about improving my tools, and just like nudging them slightly, towards better one, I think I'm just wasting a lot of time on that. It's very time consuming to play with tools, It's like, it's like playing with new toy, Oh, it's fun, this one is this much better. Oh, I have this nice feature here. But in the end of the day, I don't want to spend a day or two trying to set up my new agent. And the second thing is like, I think I'm quite satisfied with the style I have. And unless I see really like a huge shift in what new agents will do, but so far I don't really. When I was actually looking into anti-gravity from Google, it didn't really look that crazily better, or that crazy different. But it just looked like another tool that is almost the same. So they just copied most of the stuff from wherever is there, from or either Copilot or the other one that I forget the name all the time, and just like slap their logo on it. Yeah, we have a good group today. Make sure to subscribe, guys. I do like to, and like if you're interested, guys, in like talking or having a live stream together, join my Discord, because even like when I try to drop like a link to something, on this thing, on the YouTube chat, it's being stripped down often. So yeah, subscribe and join the Discord. And on the Discord, if you are interested in building something together, there is a form, like a Google form, where I ask people to tell me what they work on and what are they interested in, like are they have like how committed they are and stuff like that. And then I'll try to look for some projects, or maybe they will come out with some projects together to get them there. So yeah, good to see you guys. And Michał, yeah, I don't know how. I hope you are called Michał, or I'm not. I'm just calling you incorrectly. Let me just invite you, and I just do this. Like, yes, I think it's very old way, or very not very advanced way, but I just do Google Meet. Google, yes, and oh, in 45 minutes I have a meeting. I forgot about that almost. So let's do one for 15 minutes now, yes? Or like however long it will take, but I just need to be out in 45 minutes. My game idea, yep. And let's just add a link. And if you join me here, okay, I'll try to drop it in the link here. If other guys would want to join us, do that. Yeah, okay, Michał. Okay, you can you join this meeting? And I'll try my game idea, okay, with you. You will tell me how good it is or how bad it is, or maybe it's already there and I'm not aware. Oh, lots of advanced people. Half of the people on my forum, they say they my. Oh, hey.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me just fix my thing. Okay. Yeah. Hello. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Good. You want like? Do you have a camera or something? You want to show yourself, or is this like you're shy?
Not really.
Okay, that's fine.
I
No
mean, I
problem.
have, but I would have to connect it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
Okay.
let's say I'm shy.
Yeah, that's fine. Where are you from in Poland?
Right now I'm in Olsztyn.
Olsztyn. Okay. So you travel a lot or something?
No, I mean I've come here recently, and I'm not yet sure if I'll be staying here.
Okay. It's a nice city. I've been there actually a couple of months ago. It's like lakes and stuff. Very beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is very nice to live, but it's a bit harder to get a job. So I'm left mostly with remote.
Mm-hmm. And so you are web dev now, yes?
Yeah.
But you think like the game dev is much more fun?
Yeah, it is. I mean, games were the reason I started programming, and I mean, they were the reason I've started the learning English and many other things. So yeah, I'd like to transition, as right now I'm mostly doing the .NET backend, and I'm trying, or rather, I need to transition into a full stack. So hard to tell what I'm exactly doing right now. A bit of everything.
Yeah. So what sort of games would be like most like you are the closest to build? Would there be like a JavaScript, like a browser games, or like something that you do like 3D stuff, like Unreal Engine or something? I don't know.
Do you mean what would I build, or you?
Yeah. What would you like to build actually?
So in the beginning, I tried the Unity. I tried the 2D games and 3D games. I haven't really got a playable prototype. Then I tried some Unreal, and right now I'm checking out Godot. Yeah, with Godot, there's this plus that it's you can use the built-in GD script. It's like a Python, but you can type it. But I'm using the C# pipeline.
That just gives you more power, isn't it? Yeah. So
yeah, the simple things like namespaces help you so much.
Yeah, I kind of realize when you use those standardized tools, like when you have a game engine or whatever engine it is, and there is just like bunch of scripts that they actually give you. It's like the output, the apps that we get are always the same, like similar things. Like even now with Unreal Engine, I just see all the time the same type of game, like being released. Most of it is just like guy with a sword or guy with a gun running around and just hiding in the bushes, Yeah, I don't know. It's just too many of those
Yeah,
recently.
that's true.
It's
I
like,
mean, it depends if you look at it as AAA games, AA games, or
mm,
indie games. And
yeah,
Unreal is mostly suited for those types of games. It has the best toolings for it, and
yeah.
it's really easy to do that type of game.
Okay, so let me just pitch my game idea to you, okay? And you tell me if it's any good, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like that would be something that could be built with Unreal Engine or like any 3D engine. So basically, like you obviously know Counter Strike and stuff. But
Yeah.
imagine you have like a everything instead of humans, they're like a bubbles. They're like a blob or something, and then just like bounce all the time, and they have to like aim and while bouncing, and someone else is like trying to shoot them while while they're bouncing. And that would be the most of the dynamic. It would be like Counter-Strike, but everyone is just like a blob that is like a ball that is bouncing all the time. And when you're bouncing, your aim is obviously just like going around. I don't know if it would be a good idea. I just felt like, yeah, maybe it would be fun for a couple of hours. And most of the triple A games now, they're fun for a couple of hours. That's it. You have 5 hours of play time, and then you're just bored. So maybe my game would be good enough for a couple of hours. What do you think?
Yeah, AAA games are fun for a couple of hours, but anyway, most of the people are playing for them for more, which is interesting. I mean, it seems fun for a sort of party game,
Mm-hmm.
like a co-op with a split screen. But would you like it more to be competitive with some rankings or
Yeah,
purely
obviously, when you're shooting people and like it's like a Counter Strike but with different physics.
okay? But Counter-Strike seems simple, but it's really complicated. Like
Obviously, yeah, yeah, yeah,
design,
yeah. So
yeah.
some of the dynamics could be copied basically. Maybe some game types or some like the most basic one is like when you shoot someone and you get point, yes,
Hmm.
and someone is shooting you and you get point, and then like the second one is like you have teams, so you have to shoot someone from the other team or just achieve some task. So that would be like a level 2, I guess. But MVP would probably be just you bouncing around and just like shooting people, and they're shooting to you, and you get point when you shoot them, and then you have to freeze for 5 seconds or something when they shoot you. They're very basic.
Hmm.
Okay, so should I actually
That
should I
sounds
should
good,
I, sounds good.
but
Okay.
I would say it really needs more precise, like design thoughts, design decisions. Like in Counter-Strike, when you are shooting, you have this predictable spread. It's not RNG where the bullets go.
Yeah.
So you'd need to think about if you'd even like the full auto weapons or
Mhm.
just like pistols.
Yeah.
Also, Counter-Strike is on Source. I'm not sure how, but there is this thing called bunny hopping and strafing. So
Oh.
that's affect movement.
Mhm.
Um, maybe with your jumping mechanic, you must consider if anything modifies it. So maybe in Counter Strike you can buy the body armor. You could buy better weapons. So maybe in your game you buy some, I don't know, springs you put on your boots or like on the bottom of the ball.
Yeah. Like rockets or something that can rocket you away from the danger zone.
Yeah, it's
But
like it
yeah.
would be a good party game, like uh, some of the stuff the Nintendo likes to do.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I would really focus on like how would the shooting work and how would the bouncing work, and that's
Yeah.
basically MVP.
Yeah, that's the game basically. Yeah, okay, so it's not the horrible idea. I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
gonna sacrifice my web career so at this moment, I'm the, I have to get, I have to make money for my family, and I think the
That's true.
web career is the safest out of
Yes.
those. Yes. So I might need
It's
to stay there a bit longer, but maybe later, unless someone from the chat will steal my idea, or maybe you will do that. But I feel like, yeah, as you're saying, it's a party game. It's something that you could maybe play for a couple of hours. But yeah, unfortunately, this is what games became quite a lot. They're very like, there's a spectacle. You actually like, it looks impressive. You can drive some cars or fly around and stuff. But then you realize that if you actually look at the game, how different those games looks, there's very little variety. There is like, there was much more variety on like old. Did you ever play in Poland? We have this thing called Pegasus, was it? Or like Commodore, you could have, and the variety of games there was huge. Each game had different dynamics, different looks. In one, you drove in one car game, you drove like on the the road was there, and like, I remember there was this really cool game called Micro Machines, and like, you would win a point with other players if you drove quickly, but then you would have to go to the top of the screen, and then they would have to get to the bottom of the screen. If they're on the bottom of the screen, they lose the point, basically. And you would be like racing different routes, and like, the thing is like, the higher you are on the screen, the less you can see in front of you. So that was a risk. Then obviously it's easier for the guy that is behind, because he has longer, like longer decision time. And I don't really see so much variety now. I can see those games where, as I said, like, you just walk around and just shoot people, like 3D style, like Counter-Strike, or maybe not even Counter-Strike, but like everything is trying to be GTA.
I don't really agree with the
Okay.
lack of the variety. You said you haven't played much recently, yes?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
used to play a lot.
yeah.
So, like, my view on games is that we've come to the place in time that it's sort of similar to books. If you're interested in playing games, like, other than just mindlessly passing time, it starts to become difficult to play everything you want. Like, there is not enough time. You have to choose.
Yeah.
Basically, like with books, you cannot read everything you'd like. And with the lack of variety, I wouldn't say so. It depends. If you mostly look at the blockbusters or AAA, then sure.
Okay.
But even AA games, which, for example, the quite recent release of the Clair Obscur shows that AA games can be really good, even great. And indie games, well, indie games is an interesting topic nowadays, because indie game dev rather have become rather popular, and you have a lot of those, let's call it slop games. I don't really like that term, but it is somewhat true. And for example, the recent trend in the indie game dev is the incremental games. I don't know if you've heard about it.
No.
Like, there's the game about a quite successful game about, it is called the game about feeding a black hole or something like that. So you can check it. It's like the representative of the incremental games, or like, it's an evolution of cookie clickers, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Of idlers. So you have that, and you have the friend slop type of things. So
Okay.
like, their whole premise is you have a group of friends or one friend, and maybe the game is not designed the best, but it's designed enough so you can have fun because of the interaction with the different people.
Okay. So I get that. Yeah, I think like that's, but because maybe it's a fun for some time, but also it's very easy to write. Probably this
Yeah,
thing.
it's true. Yeah, and also there's a question if you want to like approach it more from the artistic point, or more like a business point, business side.
Yeah. So what sort of games are you like thinking about building?
I'm a huge fan of the strategy games, but they are really hard
Complex.
to make.
Yeah.
And even harder to design, actually.
Yeah.
Like, to be good. So I tried a bit of that. apart from that, when it comes to indie games, in theory, you can do every genre you want, but in practice, you wouldn't do really an open world or
Yeah.
like the more complicated RPG. Right now, I'm trying. I'm not really building a prototype. I'm just trying out Godot. It's like a simple 3D, but with this isometric like camera style shooter, and
Mhm.
like my main like pitch is you are this sort of a guy like Jin
Mhm.
from League of Legends games. So instead of using full auto weapons, the every shot counts and it's really precise, and you almost have to um, play it like a rhythm game. But it's not really an MVP so far. It's mainly learning the engine because
Okay.
it is quite different from Unreal, but it is similar to Unity a lot.
Yeah. So that there would be like a would it be like a shooter where you just have like your restriction is like maybe I'm simplifying it too loud.
It is
So
simple.
yeah, so it's a shooter where you actually have to be careful about your bullets. Yes, and it's like a
Yes.
sniper game in like when you listen to those stories of the partisans or something in World War II when they had to like really count every bullet.
Yeah, a bit of like that.
Yeah,
But it's still an arcade game, and I don't think it will be ever be an actual game. It's like a prototype to check things like
yeah,
how to interact with how in what ways the objects can interact with each other, how to interact with, because Godot is not opinionated at all. Like because you're a front-end developer,
yeah.
right?
I'm a front-end developer myself.
Okay. Uh, so I think when doing the backend in JS, it's not really opinionated. You can do it however you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Similarly
As
in
long as you
Django,
get data, yeah.
in Python. So in .NET, it's much more opinionated.
Mhm.
And the Godot is not at all. You can do whatever you want.
Mhm.
It's quite low level. So that's why I don't think it will be like it will be playable, but I don't think it will be a finished game.
Yeah, but okay. I actually like I'm a big believer in releasing things out, giving them to the world, you know. And I don't have too many
That's
things
true.
released, to be honest. But I feel like I'm sort of changing my like I'm trying to actually push all my things that I'm working on, try to actually give them away to people and see, you know, wherever. Like if it's even like a day of work, and if there is interest, yeah. Okay, but basically, what I'm trying to say that if you actually even make something simple, just you know share it with the world and see if there is any interest. I think that would be something that I'm kind of learning and trying to do now.
Yeah, I think that's a good approach.
Yeah, and like even this channel, like I actually started doing my SaaS product, which is which is doing okay. I think. I mean, it's not doing okay in terms of clients, but at least it's interesting work for me. And this thing is like to talk about. Initially, I started this channel to actually just talk about about this app and the process. And it turns out like, oh, there's a lot of people interested in actually cooperating on working on projects. There is quite a lot of talent. People are actually, it's not only about people just vibe coding stuff. It seems like there's some really interest in people building something more interesting. Yeah. So yeah, actually, like I was just thinking, like I was in Olsztyn like exactly a year ago with my wife. So we went for cycling, a really nice cycling route north from the city. Sorry,
Like coming from Winostrada.
Sorry.
Was that the road coming like further from Winostrada?
I don't know. Maybe
Like
we
along the river. There's this road
I,
you
f-
can
I
walk
think
or
I think yeah, it might be like north of during up the river, and then we crossed the river and got down back on through the in the woods, and there was quite a lot of like it was very hilly actually out there. Very nice. I don't remember what was the name of the route, but it's very very nice. Yeah. So yeah, I think like if you have anything to show, of your game, yeah, let me know. We can actually, you can show it here. And if it takes you a few months, my audience might be quite twice as big. or 3 times as big. See, seems like people are interested in maybe a bit in vibe coding, but also I think your topic is even more interesting than web stuff.
I mean, every type of programming can be interesting. Web stuff just pays well, let's say. Let's call it.
Yeah, I was saying yesterday actually that most of the people that I met while when they were building like any programmers I met, like half of them at least were doing like robotics, mechatronics, some sort of like really advanced cool stuff, and then at the end of the day they would do like crude .NET like you are doing now, something to just get some data from database and send it to the front end. That would like most of the majority of them would do.
Yeah, that's mostly what you need in the real world.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. And and also like other day, because today actually in the afternoon I had like a Google interview and I didn't really prepare that well. I just kind of looked again into data structures, and algorithms. And I was trying to think, when was the last time in the kitchen in any company that I worked in last 10 years that anyone would be actually like, I have this problem with data where I have to change the format or something, or write some algorithm that would make it more efficient. I never got that actually. No one ever actually talked about that. I was trying to actually remember, like, did anyone ever had that problem? But those guys, like, I don't know. Did you ever in your career like have conversation or like have a problem that could be solved by writing a better algorithm? Maybe I'm just a down front-end developer, but I don't know. Like, I worked with some really smart people. Yeah, what do you think about that?
For me, it's really difficult to even like grasp some of the algorithms because it's hard to imagine where to use them, or rather you could use them, but it would be such an abstract way that it would be, at least for me, quite hard to have it stick into my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But during my work, I'm not sure I've used I see it, I do the, I don't know, the bubble sort, or I do the, I don't know, divide and conquer, or whatever it was called. It was more like I had like one project that I really had to like minimize the complexity of the algorithm, but it was mainly about not having like nested for loops in other for loops. So like the algorithms, the complexity is not like getting into the logarithmic side. But I think that's it.
Yeah. And what about in game dev? Is there more of that? Like, do you have to like crunch data quite a lot, or is this not such an issue as well?
It depends on the game. I mean, even in a single game, in a simple game, you have to work with vectors. So when working with vectors, you get a glimpse of that. I've been trying to do some inventory systems. So there you have the 2-dimensional tables. So you could optimize. You could write some more clever for loops to, I don't know, like if you have this Tetris-like inventory, like in Diablo. I think even these days they have it like in Diablo 2 or Diablo 1. So, when you pick up an item and it slots into the first available spots on the grid, like to the top left corner. So here I would say you could try to modify like where those items go. So you could be fancy with some algorithm. But apart from that, I don't know, pathfinding is a bit more difficult. If you do like the pathfinding from the ground up, like on yourself, like you could do the A-star algorithm, really popular when you have guys walking on a grid. It's really efficient.
Yeah, but is this something like you have to like memorize and learn them well, or is this something like, oh, you realized I have to like while developing a game, you realize, oh, my like where I'm actually calculating something, where I'm learning is not very good. And I will just research that now, or like I will just Google something that, oh, what's the best way of doing this, and then you might get your algorithm that you need. Yeah, or like, how would you approach that kind of stuff problem?
For sure, for some kind of procedural generation, you need that kind of stuff. Apart from that, hard to say. I would say if the game is not really complicated, it's like in indie game, it's mostly knowing the fundamentals of working with vectors, how to get like directions, how to get relative positions of the vectors, some interpolations, they're used everywhere to smooth things out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think I've done that much like hard calculations like the algorithms yet. But it's really helpful to know that data structures, that for sure.
Yeah. I mean, not for me, for not in my work as a front-end developer. I don't know, like, and I was actually always wondering, like, because even when I do backend stuff, I don't really see that useful. So I was just wondering, where do we actually need them? Because like I actually, a couple of years ago, I did that. I attempted to learn them. You know, I spent like, I don't know, like 2 weeks at least trying to get like through proper course. I did some exercises, and I did some like even earlier as well, and maybe a bit later as well. I did some of the code wars where you get like some problems like that. And then like I never used it again. Yeah. Hopefully one day. I mean, maybe one day I will.
Yeah, I haven't used those more fancy ones as well.
Yeah, okay. So maybe this is just two not very bright programmers are talking about. Maybe some brighter
Probably.
people.
I mean, if you worked with some real-time web app, then sure.
Yeah.
But I haven't yet. It's like I would call it semi-real-time what I've worked with. And
I think like I had one situation where I was working with a graph, and I I didn't really know graphs then as a data structure, and I didn't read on them, so that was my mistake. And I was just working with array. I was pushing array into graph structure. So there was a way of translating this from this into array basically, or like array into graph. And I'm sure if I actually used one algorithm to, I could probably, if I use proper algorithm, because I had like a quadratic calculation there, quadratic algorithm. If I used like something that was better designed, it would work better. But my solution for that was to send it to the second thread, and my browser would just calculate it in the background and then just display it when it was there. So that was like obviously a cheat maybe, although it's just like normal stuff. But yeah, that was my solution to that. And yeah, I feel like yeah, okay. So I'm just thinking because today I have this interview and I don't really like care too much about like job for Google or something, wherever. But yeah, I was just okay. Well, okay, so I had this like I was just thinking like recently, did I ever have a conversation in the kitchen where we would be talking about algorithms in something that we are building now? Yeah, and I couldn't really find that in my memory. Yeah. Okay, thanks for your time, because I will have to finish in a couple of minutes. So I'll just like respond to some chats and stuff and wrap the things up. But like if you build anything, just let me know. I'm actually interested.
Okay, yeah, sure. Thank you for talking.
Yeah, cool. Good. Yeah, have a nice day.
Yeah, see you.
Yeah, so some game dev. I think I'm learning about how to build games. And what do you think, guys, about my idea of bouncing Counter-Strike with bubbles, jumping around and shooting each other and trying to destroy each other? Yeah, Counter-Strike with with jumping, basically. That's my idea. That's my thing. Like, and probably if it's easy to steal, obviously, if it can get very popular. I think it's obviously more complicated than this black hole thing. I played actually some of those games on my phone. I was just like, ooh, run around. So they're fun. So what are the popular indie games? Do 2025. Let's see what was popular last year. Like some pictures. Egg. Okay, maybe I shouldn't really look at it. I really have to finish my apps instead of playing games. I mean, games are fun, and I used to play much more. And like Michał has said, I'm a big fan of strategy games, and obviously the best game of all is Heroes 3, or ever. This one, or a good game. Maybe this positioning would need an algorithm that would see if it's, yeah, that's some sort of algorithms would be actually useful there. And some calculation of your route. Yeah, that's probably as well. Yeah, maybe I'm just a dummy. Yeah, that was a great game. And Age of Empires. Age of Empires 2, yeah. Or 3. 3 as well was good. But when I was younger, there was a 2 was out there. And they redid it a couple of years ago. Great game. Great game. One of the best games or maybe the best game I played ever. Great one. Yeah, I should get money from Microsoft for advertising the game. But it was written like 25 years ago or 30 years ago. You can check Age of Darkness or Polish. Okay, let's try Age of Darkness. I'm not gonna be playing them. I promise myself I will not touch them. Age of Darkness. Basically, I will not play games until I figure out how to do passive income. How to move from corporate to passive income. Once I have it, I will be just like doing nothing and just playing games, maybe. Or maybe not. But like, I doubt that, but you know, I promised myself. It looks great. Oh, and I played StarCraft as well. That was a good one. Yeah, okay. Looks like some of those zombie games, actually. Is it? Oh no, that's just like something to mine. It's like a mining thing, is it? Or is this like lots of zombies like attacking a castle? Yeah, they look good actually. I'm sure they are great games. Yeah, I'm sure this is a good game. I don't want to play it basically because I would just spend, you know, spend too much time on it. Defend against the horde, basically. Yeah. Kind of those horde defense games. They are actually quite popular nowadays as well. I like them actually. They're entertaining. You know, you have a round. They're coming, and then you put like a new tower, and you use a sorcerer somewhere, and he's throwing some balls. Like, and the tower is actually defending, and then you get another round, and you get some extra money. It's very I think it's popular because you get achievement. You achieve something all the time. Like you get a new loop of achievement. There's a danger because there is a horde of the monsters, and then at the end of the day you get some money that you can improve, and then the next horde will be slightly bigger than the previous one. And I think this is actually something that works on our brain quite well. Like our brain is getting like, ooh, a dopamine hit. Yeah, I just defeated another horde. Oh, I can I can upgrade my tower. And yeah, I think I like them. I like those games, but I just like I'm very careful about playing games now. Like a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago, I was actually playing lots of games on my phone, and I would just download one on all the time. And then I realized, this is not the best use of time. Maybe I should do a channel. I always wanted to have a channel. I always wanted to have a YouTube channel. And like, why don't I do it now? Instead of playing those games, I could be talking about something interesting, maybe about programming or VibeCoding or anything that is useful to people. So yeah, maybe I will stay away from playing games. Yeah. Yeah, it's not, I mean, yeah. Oh, and on the phone there are also the tower defense games that I always liked. There's a horde of them are going like a route corridor, and then you have to destroy them. Oh, I remember like when there was Flash games back like maybe 10 or 15 years ago. There was lots of Flash games, and one of the entertaining games I remember was this ants on picnic game. So basically there would be like you have a picnic with cake, and that's you know, that was like a flash game. There were, yeah, something like that. So like you had like a cake in the corner somewhere, and then the ants would come in, and you'd like build towers to actually destroy those ants, and like the ants would get stronger and stronger, and you could improve your tower, and each ant you kill obviously gave you some money. It was so entertaining, like it's crazy. I spent so many hours playing this crappy game. Yeah, I wonder if they're probably there, those Ant-Mania. Those games are still there, but like it was so cool. Yeah, so the ants are coming here. There are towers you are putting somewhere, like wherever on the board, and there's obviously like a laser tower that can reach quite far, or there's a machine gun or a rocket, and then yeah. So as I was saying, I have a meeting actually in 10 minutes about one of my projects, which is Pattern Market. It's a very great project that I revived after like 7 years of this being just laying around my GitHub. And I invited some of people I know, and to help me finish that project. And we are trying to release this marketplace. So this is our like a standard weekly update. And we have 2 of those weeklies a week. And some of us can work on stuff, like some of us do new things, and some of us we just talk about code. You know, it's something that we will probably do on the Discord as well. So I will just try to assemble a couple of teams like that, or maybe 1 or 2 teams like that, where we would try to achieve a project like what I'm doing here. If there's more people interested, I will actually do more teams maybe, although I will not be able to help them much with completing them, so they would have to manage themselves as well, and we'll see how it goes actually. So yeah, but as I said, I will have a coffee now, and I have a meeting in 10 minutes. So thank you guys for coming. I think it was very nice. Thanks Michał for coming, for judging my idea. I think we agree that it's a brilliant idea, and I shouldn't, once I actually figure out my other stuff, my other projects, I will probably do that. Maybe for fun. If I can vibe code it in 2 days, maybe I'll just do that and release it and see how it goes. Yeah, so thank you guys for your time. Thanks Michał for coming and talking about games. And subscribe, join the Discord. Sorry, subscribe here. Yeah, here. Or here, the button is somewhere below, I think. Join the Discord channel, which is in the chat. I think like we have the code and hustle, the poll. Let's just talk about that for a minute. I think we've got 43% of beginners, but quite a lot of advanced people here as well. So it's not only like people who are interested in vibe coding come. I think I'm getting quite a lot of experienced people, which is good. So if they will join the projects that we are running there, I think that will be a good stuff. Okay, and yeah, thanks guys, and see you around. See you later. End stream. Bye.